The number one complaint that I saw people had about this ICM4 solution for the 2003 to 2006 9.3s is that it did not have a volume knob. Well, today, thanks to Ahmad, the seller and creator of this unit, we have exactly that. If you're not aware of what the ICM4 is, please go watch the install video in the top corner. It's a really, really awesome solution for radios on these 03 to 06 cars. But you might notice there is no volume knob on it. So again, what we have today is a little special box and a few knobs. Here's just one, for example, that we're going to be adding into the dashboard here to add knobs, a volume knob, bass knob, treble, and fade, all to the car. So that way you can have those adjustments instead of just having to use the steering wheel. I will put Ahmad's contact information and Instagram on the screen right here so you can see how to order from him if you're interested in either the ICM4 or this volume button add-on if you already have one. If you already have the ICM4 and you'd like to add the volume knob and other knobs that you see in this video, the cost for that is going to be $150 plus shipping. This kit includes a few things. First off, you have this box, which is going to be kind of the brains of the operation, and this is going to mount underneath where the ICM is with some double-side tape. I'll show you guys that. This box replaces this right here. This is the motherboard for the factory ICM that we had to retain in the old setup because it had the power button, the volume, treble, bass. This is no longer needed, and we're going to actually completely remove this today and replace it with this. So there's a ribbon cable that we're going to install as well. And then you see a few different plugs that come out of here. So as that, you have your volume and then your bass, treble, and fade. And then we have knobs to go with that as well, and just some nuts and washers to mount it. Speaking of how we're going to mount this, we're going to be mounting it to this trim piece right here. So this is the trim that sits directly below the ICM, currently where the OnStar buttons are at. So if you have one with OnStar buttons, you need to do what I did. I just got this from a junkyard car because we are going to be mounting those knobs right here. So the kit comes with a template. We're going to have to drill some holes into this to allow the knobs to come through. But I think we need to first start with getting this pulled back apart. So we need to pull the ICM4 out, the air vent, and then the ACC to be able to pull this trim piece out. If you've done this job, you know how all this stuff comes out. My air vent is has all the clips shaved down, so it just pulls straight out. Would recommend you guys do the same. I've already unbolted my ICM4, which is just two T25s, and that leaves me with our ICM box back here, as well as the motherboard. Now, quick story time. The board that was on my old ICM, for whatever reason, would not let me adjust the balance. The balance button must have just been broken. So I got a new ICM2 with a different board that allowed me to adjust the balance as it needs to be. So that way it's not all coming out of the right side. So I actually have this disconnected from the car right now because it was really just in there temporarily to adjust the balance. Maybe a little bit confusing. I apologize if so, but if you do have yours in there, like you probably should, what you're going to want to do is disconnect that from the little ribbon cable right here. Just flip that up and the ribbon cable will pop right out. That is all of our disassembly up there. Now down here we need to do our ACC panel so that way we can get access to the new stuff we need to do. So that just pries out very gently with that, and then two big connectors on back. Again, this is something that if you've already installed the ICM4, you would be familiar with how that comes out, but as you can see, it's very simple. Now this trim piece right here just kind of pulls down and then out. There's just a couple of big clips that hold this in. Pull that out, and that is our whole trim piece removed. Now, if you already have one without the OnStar buttons, then fantastic. If you do have one with OnStar buttons like me, I'd recommend sourcing one without OnStar buttons, because in order to prevent the OnStar failure, there's a couple little plastic clips in this little housing here. Going to pop those out. So I'm just going to plug this back in, and when we're done, we're going to push that way in the back. Now, real quick, one last thing. We need to swap our cup holder over to this piece. So that is just held in by four little plastic clips. here, so make sure you remove that as well. Ahmad includes a stencil here so you know exactly where to drill this hole. So if you hold it up, you can see it lines up perfectly with the cup holder opening as well as this edge over here. So what I'm going to do before I tape this on and start drilling these holes, there's this little support back here that is right in the way of what we need to do. So I'm going to do my best to take a Dremel to that and see if I can't gently get rid of all of that without damaging the big clip here. Reminder to wear safety glasses if you're doing something like this. All right, that took about 5 minutes, but this little rotary sander worked great. You can see I went through just about the whole thing, but it's very soft plastic. Now it's not 100% smooth, but if I keep going at it, I don't want to scratch through or burn through to this side, so let's call that good. Here's a closer look at these knobs, and so the way that these are going to mount is we're going to drill the pilot hole for that to slide through like that, and then we have a washer and a nut. We have 3 of them, and we're going to screw those onto this side of it, and then our knobs will go push on over top of that. So we basically need to drill a hole big enough for these guys to slide through. I'm going to just tape this on here, and then we'll just drill a tiny pilot hole for each one to start. Starting with the smallest drill bit I have, which is a 1/16 inch. Looks like it's the perfect size to fit through there. I can use this back bar right here to kind of confirm that all the holes are centered on here. So looks like I'm doing a pretty good job so far. We're going to step it up a couple sizes and keep going until we get to the size we need. I went up to a 1/4 inch and it's still just a hair too small to fit through, so we'll go up another size. I ended up going the whole way up to 5/16, and that is big enough for us to get through with a little bit of space. So that'll be perfect. Now you can see mine is not 100% perfect. There's a couple little things we could probably sand off, but good news is these knobs are pretty big. It's going to cover up that little imperfection. So let's go ahead and get these guys mounted. I'm going to just sand off these like little boogers of hard plastic here though before I do that. When it comes to installing the knobs, all of these are the same with the exception of the volume knob, which you can see is just a little bit different and also has a different plug. That's because the volume knob retains the push to power the radio on and off like you had. The only function you lose is the balance. On the old system, you pull the knob and twist for the balance, and on the new knob, there's just not that function. Not really a big deal in my opinion. Some people might care about that. Now I'm finding that because this is rectangular, I'm mounting it like this, because if I mount it like this tab gets in the way, and our volume knob is going to be the one on the left. We have 2 holes and 3 knobs. Now it should be noted that all 3 of these remaining knobs are the same. Now keep in mind, just because of spacing, you will lose one of the 3 adjustment knobs, and that knob will just kind of sit back behind the trim. So you're either going to lose the bass, treble, or fade. I will probably put the fade back behind there, just because I know some people, if they have an aftermarket setup, might want to adjust that. You could probably, if you really want to, drill a 4th hole and squeeze all these in here, but I think it's going to look best with just the 3 knobs like this. Now when it comes to the actual knobs, unfortunately these are not 100% OEM. They're pretty close to OEM looking, so you can't unfortunately use the OEM knob, but you can see that looks pretty solid on there. Back in the car, and before I put you guys on the tripod, couple of things. So again, here's our box. You can see each control is labeled, so depending on how you want to hook them up, what is what, you want to adjust those accordingly based on the color of the connector there. The way this is going to work is there's some double-sided tape here. This is going to mount underneath in here. I'm going to push it as far against this side of the dashboard as I can and mount it kind of just like that. And then this ribbon cable here is going to feed right up through this hole and connect to that. So this actually isn't double-sided tape, it's Velcro. Even better. It's hard to see on camera what I'm doing, but again, I'm just trying to get this as far against this side wall in here as possible. And I'm gonna feed my ribbon cable up through here. So I went ahead and got this ribbon connected, so the blue needs to be facing up on that. All right, now time to plug everything in. So my fade is the one that I'm choosing to tuck back in there. I'm not ever gonna adjust that. And then yellow is our base, so I'm gonna put that on the left adjustment knob. And then our treble is blue. So we want both of these knobs to be upright so you can see the wires are coming out the bottom, and that is because when you adjust the knob, I don't have a free hand to do it, but when you adjust the knob, this is how you'll find that the middle is right like this. So that's going to be the easy way to adjust the knob. Of course, the volume knob is totally different because it's not a min or max. Really, it just keeps spinning infinitely. So good tip there. Additionally, we also are going to clip this in very, very last. Now is the time, however, when we want to plug everything in, make sure everything works, and also set those adjustments, particularly for your fade. The fade is going to be good if you have a subwoofer, for example, so that way your subwoofer doesn't overpower the rear, for example. But I'm just going to set this fade right at the middle. You can see I actually already did. But I'm going to check everything off camera for copyright reasons. All right, everything is confirmed working perfectly. It sounds awesome. I had to get a little creative with where the OnStar button was going to be. So I ended up wrapping it the whole way around the back side of this little bar that goes across the same place where you routed all this other stuff for the ICM4. And there's just enough slack on there to put the buttons up here because we have a lot more space up here than we do down in this bottom section. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this bottom section reassembled. So this is quite a tight fit, like I said, but I think I have finally determined my order of operations for how to get these things back in. So first the cup holder. Second, I'm going to do the ACC, but without connecting this, because if this is connected, this box, at least for my particular car, is just a hair too thick. And it'll get in about this far, but I cannot get it in the rest of the way. But if I do that, carefully slide that in, and we can push it back a good bit, and it'll catch on that Velcro, and it's wedged in there pretty tight. So that, I think, is the correct order of operations, at least what has worked for me. We can kind of wrap these up in like an S shape almost. There is a good bit of wire here, but you can make it fit. So the further back you get that that box, the better. Just have to kind of slide underneath the SID trim, or the dashboard trim, I should say. Oh, there we go. All right, so that is really tight, guys. I'm not gonna lie, but you just saw it right there. We got it done. Now let's finish by getting this top half reinstalled. Carefully tuck this ribbon back here. Don't want to damage that. Thankfully, the ICM4 is pretty low profile, so it should fit in here without damaging that ribbon cable. Also perks of having a ribbon cable. And our air vent. And now time for the last piece, our knobs. So this should just push right on here like so. You can see it turn the radio on, but there you go. Straight horizontal, if you put the button in correctly, you can see these knobs have a little center point. So important to note for that. And there's our treble. And our bass. All right, one final test here. We're going to be on spring training radio. So there we go.
Really close play.
That's working. Of course, our steering wheel controls still work.
In the way.
Home plate. Give that man some room.
Yeah, you got to scoot back. If you're doing that, obviously you want to be, he was inside the dirt circle there. You want to be well into the grass.
go. So that is a pretty clear difference in sound there, adjusting the bass and treble, so we can tell that is all working just as it should. So there you go. If you were hesitant on the ICM4 solution because of the lack of the volume knob or adjustments, here's your solution. So again, if you want to buy this kit, it is $150 plus shipping. If you're interested in learning more about the ICM4 as a whole, check out the video in the top corner that I linked earlier. If you're interested in purchasing any of this, you can contact Ahmad. His information is on the screen right here. He's a super trustworthy guy, extremely knowledgeable. I had a couple questions for him throughout this process, answered right away. Extremely great guy to work with. But that is all for today, guys. I would call this a huge success. Psyched to have a volume knob. Just like I said in the original ICM video, I didn't really miss the volume knob a ton, but it is good to have that little feature back. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'll see you all very soon in another video.